Hi there, Happy New Year, wishing you all a good 2024. I thought I'd kick off the year by offering a bunch of ramblings about some of the things I want to try and do with this channel this year, and what my thinking is behind the things I want to do. Just a word on the random images for this video. In 2017 I went on a trip to the Balkans to learn how to play Balkan style fiddle playing. These pictures are some of the random photos and videos from that trip. A lot of them I didn't use because I think I read somewhere that the governments are unhappy about you using images from their public spaces, and also there's a lot of pictures of people and they haven't given their permission for me to use them. At the end of the day, this channel is meant to be useful for all of you out there who are using it, so if the stuff I want to do isn't helping, then I'll scrap it. Also, I selfishly use the process of making the channel to work on stuff myself. We're all constant works in progress, and if this channel is helping you anywhere near as much as it's helping me to get better, then I must be doing something right. I'm a real fan of music and playing the fiddle. It's a huge part of my life and I'm really inspired by it. I grew up surrounded by fiddle music and I've listened to a lot of different styles of playing over the years, but I'm self-taught and it's taken me a really long time to get to being happy with my playing. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is to appreciate my limits and not push too far outside of them. For many years I was trying to play music that I just wasn't ready for. I didn't have the technique to achieve, and as a result I spent a long time not really progressing. I know that it was important to build up the basics, but I never actually did what was necessary to do that. It's that concept of releasing attachment to the outcome and enjoying the journey, making the journey the important thing and making the destination less so. And if you're here, and there's no use trying to be there. By the way, as well as being a lifelong fan of music and the fiddle, I've pretty much been a lifelong teacher. I used to feel like a bit of a fraud because I'd be teaching something that I'd only learnt last week or that I hadn't even learnt yet. I read somewhere that this is some people's style, that when they are learning, they learn in order to teach, and I think this is me. A large part of my thinking is, as I'm taking in knowledge or discovering new techniques, is how can I make this more accessible for the next person. This is what I'm hoping to do with this channel. So when I'm teaching, an image I like to use is the circle of capability. Within the circle, you are in your area of ease, mastery and comfort. And outside of the circle, and the further you move away from the circle, you're in an area of unknown, unmastered territory that can easily become disorientating and overwhelming. The idea is that you want to enlarge in the circle, making more and more things easy to do. But to accomplish this, you must stay near the edge, progress gradually into the unknown, as you gradually extend the boundary of the circle little by little. I'm thrilled that people find this channel useful, and I've had so many nice comments that have encouraged me to keep on working. I hope that people are finding that they are gradually extending their circle of competence. This year I thought I'd try and offer some more variation in the help and guidance that I'm providing to give you more support on your journey. Some of it might be useful, some of it might sink like a ton of bricks. You never know until you try. So in terms of moving slowly and extending the circle of competence, I want to try and offer some progressions that will build up parts of your playing. I love methods. Methods are like a roadmap that lead you in the right direction and that you can be assured that you're on the correct path. I want to offer some sense of methods so that you can feel like you're progressing. What do I mean by progressing? Well, I'm talking about more than just playing tunes, and there's nothing wrong with just playing tunes. But tunes are really vehicles for expression. For starters, if you play a tune, but your intonation and rhythm are so inaccurate that when you kick it off at a session, no one knows what tune you're playing, you could be considered to be expressing yourself badly. Why? Well, music is a form of communication. When we use language, we deliberately organise and announce so that the meaning is made clear. But then, on top of that, we control the pitch and dynamic of our voices to express more. And the more you express, or choose not to express, the more people want to listen, and it all becomes alive and vibrant and real. This is the possibility of playing an instrument, to imbue it with the basic tune and rhythm so that people know what you're on about. But then to possibly give it more, so that you make people want to listen and join in, and raise their vibration along with you. All this is possible as you progress along the path of becoming a better musician. And you may not have huge ambitions, but even if your ambition is just to play a few tunes and have people understand what you're playing, that can be improved. And that is progressing. So one thing I'm going to do this year is create a method of sorts that deals with things like bowing, rhythm, ear training, ornaments, practice, technique, perhaps a bit of theory. These provide a roadmap if you want to be understood and want to sound better. I'm also hoping to do a load of new tunes and provide a bit more support in terms of how to play them, bowing, ornaments, etc. Plus, I'd like to do some widening of the pool in search of music. I believe it's good to open your senses to a wide variety of music. And I'm inspired by jazz, classical, Roman music, Balkan music, klezmer, electronic music, pop and rock. Not just the music, but the way the musicians think about music. The classical musicians dedicated to rigorous and organised training. The jazz musicians' idea on building inner feel. The Roma's oral and deep emotional expression. The folk musicians' sense of music as a socially cohesive pastime. There's stuff to be learned everywhere. I also would love to write and record more music this year. Writing and recording is my passion, and my dream would be to record an album of self-penned fiddle tunes this year, and I would love your support with this on the way. Also, if you're interested in my songwriting production, I'll post more of this on my other channel, which is linked here. How much of all this I am able to do, I don't know. It's an unfunded project, and so I'm currently not being paid. I would love it to eventually be the work I do to support myself. I'm very grateful to the supporters I have over on Patreon, and if you would like to help out, and you haven't yet, please consider signing up. Some of the content I make is only available on Patreon as well, so there's a little incentive. Anyway, for now that's all from me. I've set out a bit of an agenda for the year. Maybe life will come and get in the way, and as I say, this isn't my way of earning a living, so work will come first. Again, wishing you all a very good 2024 and a happy fiddling.